I bet you thought I forgot to put the oil cap back on. I didn't. I put it back on, and I'm putting the sides back on. It's all going back together. You can't catch me. Can't catch me in nothing. I'm sponsoring a trophy at an upcoming Hot Rods for Heaven car show in Longview. My brother-in-law is coming down with his Corvette. Before the show, we're gonna install a new gas tank that I bought him for his birthday in his 69 Vet. So I'll probably show you that before we go out. After, I'll show the video of the thing. But I'm really excited to be able to sponsor this. No, my channel isn't big enough to be sponsoring events. I'm doing this personally. It's a cause I believe in. I've been a part of their car show for the last 3 years. I missed the first year because I didn't live here yet. But they support, it's a veterans charity. They do a lot of good work in the area. They support veterans who are in need of assistance. There are a few charities like that around here. And anytime any of them puts together something where I can meld together my love of cars and my history as a U.S. Army soldier, I'm all for it. So when my wife and I got to talking about it, the opportunity was there for us to sponsor one of the trophies and dedicate it to a service member that I served with who died as a result of, an accident overseas. And, it affects a lot of people. It's affected me for the rest of my life since it happened. And so being able to do this is a big part of the healing process for me, but also, keeps the memory of that person alive. Even if they're not from here, that's other people know that, these are real people over there fighting and dying in service to the country. They're not, these are real people. These are brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. I mean, you've heard it all before, but it's true. I had the pleasure of serving with these people. So, point being, I can support this. And so I am. If you have the opportunity to come out or share it with your friends and family, let people know. More people can get to the event, the bigger it can become, and the more money we can raise for veterans who need help. So like, comment, subscribe, share, do what you got to do. If you don't want to share the video, just share the word about the event. It's Hot Rods in Heaven. I'll link in the description. Get out and support it if you can. If not, that's fine. Find something local to you that you can support, some cause you believe in. And if you can marry it up with your hobbies, even better. Best advice I can give you, get involved in your community. The tractor was supposed to get its oil change yesterday, but there was a calamity with one of the doors of the church, and I had to go over and fix that. So, that's just how things go. When you volunteer to take on responsibilities and something goes haywire with that, then your priorities have to move around. Mine have to move around all the time with having a farm and a kid and a wife and several volunteer efforts that I'm a part of. It's not something I'm not used to, when I was in the Army at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd get calls and have to go in. So this is not something that's new to me, but it does mean all my priorities had to shift. So I was planning to be out cutting the pasture today, brush hogging, but wasn't able to get the oil changed in the tractor, so I have to get that done today. This should be pretty easy. It's pretty quick work. I do it every year. This year I'm not at a major maintenance milestone, so I don't remember how many hours is on this. I have to get up and check real quick. Let's see. Yeah, we're at 115 hours on the tractor, so not a major milestone by any means. Okay, so take you under here with me. What we're looking at is knocking everything over. Tried a bunch of different sizes. I could have sworn it was a 17 or 18, but mystery of mysteries, my 11/16 fits the best, so that's what I'm gonna try out. An extension. Set up as such. Let's get under here. Okay, so apparently I wasn't filming. I got one of the drain plugs off. That oil is just black. But this is normal. It's a diesel, so it's gonna look like this. So you're changing your oil and it looks like this and you have a Honda Civic, that's not great. If you're changing your oil and it looks like this and you have a well-maintained diesel, this is just what it looks like, guys. So don't worry about it. Let me get you flipped back. Okay, all right, we're still here. I just flipped you around. Haven't even wiped my hand off yet. I still have another drain plug to remove. It has two. The oil pan wraps up and around the drive line, so you end up, the sump is kind of U-shaped, I guess. Anyway, okay. Yeah, it's draining quick now. I didn't really let it warm up too much, and the reason why is because it's impossible to keep this from dumping out all over your hand, and I don't really like getting burned up by hot oil. If you're here for the S2000 episode, you'll recall me talking about the copper washers that get crushed down when you torque it. This is one of them. I have a whole bunch of these somewhere. So I gotta find two. Even if they look like they're in good shape, they're really inexpensive and they are a wear item. Yeah. Once they've been squished, they've been formed to that seal. My understanding is they don't necessarily seal as well the second time. I've got these. If you haven't seen these before, they just have an attachment. You go on your ratchet, and they grab. This spins closed when you turn it, or the other way to tighten it. But I would never use it that way. But you basically get it set up the way you want. Get it on your filter. See? It's pretty much always that easy. Let me find the copper washers. Can't even tell that there's two overlapping, so those are the ones. Okay, I brought this cardboard to try to help out here. Have not had good luck. With removing these filters mess free, but I think if I stuff this cardboard up here against the block and spin this off, maybe I'll get lucky. If you have a pro tip for this, please share. And I'm back. So I admit something to you. I didn't go with the OEM oil filter this year. The price was way up on the Kubota ones, so I went with this Man Hummel brand from Korea. And from what I could tell, they're a pretty reasonable quality brand and a direct fit and exchange for the Kubota filter. There we go, hand tight. All right, let me get the oil. You're gonna notice a cost-saving theme. Sorry about the noise. I have contractors here installing a fountain. Not a joke. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going with Super Tech again, just like we did in the S2000. Why? I put Royal Purple in. I put all the high-end oils in cars and trucks and vans and Jeeps and motorcycles and buses and whatever. And anecdotally speaking, I haven't noticed any difference. So, to running this, it seems to run just fine. Prove to me it doesn't, and then it's killing my vehicles, and I'll change, but it hasn't killed one of them yet, so. And this was $13. The Pennzoil was $28. Well, looks like we are in the upper end of okay. So, we're on the upper end of okay, right? Sorry if you're standing on my back that whole time. There's not much I can do. There we go. Okay, upper end of okay, that's okay with me. Yeah, now, you also want to do stuff like pull this out. As you can see, it gets all clogged up. Take it out, wipe it down real quick. That was in real time. Unless it wasn't, and then it was sped up. But it doesn't take much time to do that. And that keeps your radiator from clogging up. Which can cause you to overheat when you're out running your brush hog for hours. Ask me how I know. Guess you can run a snorkel off this or something too if you wanted. We'll show you one thing I did do though to this tractor, because when I got it and I was clearing blackberries, I ran into a big issue. So I'll show you what. All right, so when I was out clearing blackberries, the bucket wound up falling off. And this bar here wound up a little bent out of shape, I guess you could say. None of the welds broke or anything, it was all fine. Actually, I had it looked at just to be sure. But what I wound up doing was drilling these holes and putting these bungees on here. Because what happened is these arms had gotten caught when I was dropping the bucket down into the blackberries to drag them out. And they lifted up and released the bucket. What happened is the bucket was connected on one side, not on the other, I don't remember which one. And then when I drug it back, it pulled and bent the whole thing. So this wouldn't latch back up to the bucket because one of these arms was tilted out or in or something, I don't recall. Point being, if you got one of these and you're gonna be doing brush clearing, I recommend skewering these down. And a carefully drilled hole with some paint brushed in there, not gonna rust, and it will save you from losing your bucket or having a bent up connection here, and possibly losing half a day or whatever out in the field. So just a little bit of farmer advice that I've got for you. Anyway, she should be good to go do brush hogging now.